Hey lovely people, you all must be well aware of the Kardashian clan's superstar status, right? But have you ever wondered what's cooking behind the scenes in their family drama? Do you really know who's who in this famous bunch? Well, as we take you on a journey through their story, you might notice something interesting.
Okay, no. Out of here and go. Get the out of here and go.
You're a very distraught, evil human being. I don't want to see you.
If you mention it again, literally shut the up and don't laugh like that.
Okay, I don't want to talk about this with you because you obviously don't get it.
Hey guys, stop! How old am I? No, if she doesn't want to show up, she doesn't want to work, she has too many boundaries, she's out. But she always tries to hate on the side. She's such a hater.
It seems like Kourtney, the last Kardashian standing, doesn't quite get the same love and attention from her family. Why, you ask? Well, it's because she's a bit of an odd one out in the Kardashian crew. She values relationships and people more than money and fame, which is quite different from the rest of the clan. Could this be the reason why she's often on the outs, facing hate and dishonor? Let's dive into the chapter of every time Kourtney got humiliated by the family. Prepare to be stunned. There was a time when Kim didn't hold back and actually labeled Kourtney as the least exciting and annoying.
She's the least exciting to look at. So she can be out.
Annoying.
You
are annoying, Kourtney.
Even going as far as telling her to leave the house.
Okay, no. Get out of here and go. Get the out of here and go. No one wants you in the shoot. I'm planning it.
You
I'm
guys
planning
just
the
be
shoot.
nice to each
So we
other.
don't want you in the shoot.
Kourtney, overwhelmed by the hurtful treatment from her own family, couldn't contain her tears. She reached out to Khloe seeking solace and a sympathetic ear.
See this, I'm a bitch family. And saying that I'm the least interesting to look at, who even speaks like that?
Unable to bear the weight of the insults and humiliation any longer. However, in a cruel twist of fate, Kim was also present during this call with Khloe, and instead of offering any comfort, she interjected with more abusive language.
Try to take it off speaker. You would honestly think that we have more jobs, so work around our schedule. You do whatever the you want to do, and you don't do So be accommodating to the people that actually do
It's truly disheartening to see the depth of the rift between them, and how far Kim is willing to go in her anger. Kourtney must have felt completely trapped and devastated at that moment. The emotional turmoil must have been immense. But hold on tight, because the drama didn't end there. Kim decided to pay Kourtney a visit at her house to clear the air.
We got into a fight. I said, you're the least exciting to look at.
She didn't say it to me. She said it.
No, Khloe, yeah, she was walking.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and I go, no, it was to Khloe and my mom. I go, what I meant is you're the most boring.
She explained that she didn't mean those harsh words quite as they sounded. What she really meant was that Kourtney can be a bit, well, boring. And for Kim, calling someone boring is just a casual observation, no big deal. Once Kim actually threatened to kick Kourtney off the show. Picture this.
Kim, stop with your attitude, honestly.
Oh, just wait. Just wait.
Just wait for what?
We'd have a proposal for you. It starts with an F and ends with a D.
I am down.
Well, okay.
Oh, remember you said it.
A heated argument, Kourtney on the receiving end, right in front of her daughter. Kim went on, asserting that Kourtney wasn't pulling her weight for the show.
And we don't know how to express to her that she needs to hold her end of the weight and her end of the bargain, and the exact same thing that all of us are doing. She's not doing, and it's really frustrating.
Emphasizing how the family puts their all into it as a business. She even went so far as to call Kourtney useless. Understandably, Kourtney was left feeling hurt, especially for her daughter witnessing the whole scene.
Oh my God. Kourtney said, that's all, you both. And she said, with your bad vibes, how dare anyone disrespect me like that in front of my daughter? I'm now crying when I have people over taking a cooking lesson.
In her upset state, Kourtney texted Khloe, expressing her displeasure at the disrespectful behavior. But hold on, the saga didn't end there. Khloe and Kim decided to bring in the big guns. They called up Kris Jenner.
Why? What did I do now?
It's really bothersome to Kim and I that we like bust our ass and we film all the time. We're open. We don't have a ton of boundaries in our opinion, not in comparison to, I don't even know, Kourtney is slew. It's like, Kourtney gives us nothing.
The family matriarch to mediate. Kris, in her maternal wisdom, offered to talk to Kourtney about the matter. Khloe, however, insisted it wasn't that straightforward.
This is serious. It's not something that you're gonna get by with us on a phone call.
As the show's manager, she believed they needed to meet with Kourtney and give her a stern warning.
I don't disagree with that.
Right, but then you, as our manager, you should want this show to be successful, and you should talk to Kourtney and say, okay, Kourtney, if you're not willing to bring anything to the table, then you're done.
If Kourtney didn't show more interest, they were prepared to give her the boot.
Thinks she has the power to fire me from our family show. It's just crazy.
It was then that Kim exploded, cautioning Mama Jenner to watch her step.
Everyone needs a consequence.
Oh my God.
Let's show her. If she doesn't want to show up, she doesn't want to work, she has too many boundaries, she's out.
The tension was palpable. You won't believe this. Kim is actually putting her nanny above Kourtney. Can you believe it? In a heated exchange, it's almost like Kim thinks Kourtney is the one who's not being truthful.
There's not even 1% that I yelled. Chad was like, I'm so shocked. He's a pastor. He was like, I cannot even believe that she would even speak like that.
But here's the kicker. Kim's nanny steps in and starts arguing with Kourtney.
Kim's nanny and I had a little disagreement when we were away traveling together, but I haven't really spoken to Kim about it.
Can you imagine Kourtney trying to reason with Kim finds herself in a surprising twist?
And she was crying and she thought she was gonna lose her job. She said that she felt so degraded by you and you just started yelling at her.
Oh my God.
And you said, keep your voice down.
She's lying.
Kim staunchly defends her nanny.
Yeah, she definitely shouldn't have said that. But she told me that, you know, if you would have tapped her and said, hey, can we not talk about this like in a very public
Anyone
restaurant?
can say, no one was hearing how loud I was talking though. I was said it very quietly. Okay, I don't want to talk about this with you because you obviously don't get it.
Firing back at Kourtney, insisting she's not letting her go.
I like her, so she's not getting fired. I like to keep my staff for a long time, so that's how I feel.
According to Kim, the nanny has been with her for years, and that loyalty counts for something. Whoa, things just took a shocking turn. Kim actually went to the extent of slapping Kourtney right across the face.
Khloe and I, we are putting in more work, covering her hours. No matter what, we'll always do our show until it stops being fun.
It's as if Kim sees herself as the one carrying the entire load.
If you had a business that you were passionate about, then you would know what it takes to run a business, but you don't. So don't even act like you know what I'm talking about.
Managing everyone and deeming Kourtney as nothing more than dead weight.
The exact same thing that all of us are doing, she's not doing, and it's really frustrating.
She even goes so far as to belittle Kourtney, claiming she's not contributing anything. But when Kourtney finally stands up for herself and fires back,
But you act like I don't do shit. Do you know all you have this narrative in your mind? No, I will literally you up. If you mention it again, literally shut the up and don't laugh like that. You look like a freak.
Kim's response is nothing short of astonishing.
Don't ever come at me like that. I'll punch you in your face.
Guys, stop!
She slaps her in the face. It's baffling, especially considering that Kourtney is the older of the two. The tension in the room must have been unbearable. Goodness, the plot thickens. In a meeting with Dolce & Gabbana, Kim unapologetically labels Kourtney as a hater.
She got so mad. She said, you're trying to copy me, but she always tries to hate on the side. She's such a hater.
What's even more shocking is that Kourtney was deeply upset about her wedding being treated as a mere business opportunity.
She's putting out all these vibes from my wedding with looks that we so carefully curated, and then putting it into the fashion show.
When Kourtney musters up the courage to express her feelings,
I had called and said, hi, I really want to do this. What would you have said?
I don't know. And I may have been like, my usual personality, because I don't really care about stuff like that, was to be like, oh my God, do it. Take the money and run.
Kim's response is nothing short of brutal.
Her wedding moment was taken away from her, and she just feels like there's no loyalty in this family and that everyone wants what the other person has. And
She essentially dismisses Kourtney's importance, insisting she doesn't need her permission for anything.
Like, bitch, you think I need your permission? Yeah,
It's heartbreaking to hear that she even resorts to verbal abuse. And to add insult to injury, Kim tries to paint Kourtney as the one causing unnecessary trouble, when in reality, it was Kourtney's precious wedding day.
Because it was my wedding, it really wasn't business for me. It was such a special day. I feel like it takes away from the specialness. No one called me to say, how do you feel about this?
I called you and I thought I came to you. I did.
You stole my wedding country.
Like, the business and the check was more important than my feelings.
Kim's actions come off as incredibly greedy.
Legit copying my wedding. Like, everything that I did was like pulling like references of like 90s.
And she should have known better. It's a moment that should have been cherished, not exploited. It's disheartening to see Kim lash out, even when she's clearly in the wrong.
I think it's about communication. Mom never mentioned it to me.
That's not,
and it's
but
also,
that's not fair. I don't think that's fair.
Mom still
I
has
think
never
there's a way of
mentioned it,
going
and
about
Mom
it.
feels like she has, like, is entitled almost. I can't explain it. Like, she doesn't have to get my permission.
The tension between them must have been off the charts. Kim and Khloe have been quite vocal about their frustration with Kourtney
Actually, it would be on camera.
for not being as open on camera as they'd like her to be.
The past few years now, Kourtney hasn't really been open about her personal life on camera.
But we don't know, because we don't know anything about you.
What if I actually was? Then what? Like, you bring the cameras here? It's so disrespectful.
However, Kourtney, like anyone else, believes in the importance of keeping certain aspects of her life private.
Right, I don't want to share some certain personal things.
She holds the belief that everyone has the right to maintain personal boundaries.
If I have boundaries, respect them. Just because you love to show every single thing, because she likes to show every single thing. Yeah, there's a fine line.
It's worth noting that she does share a significant portion of her life on the show.
Okay, but I shared my breakdown crying about having anxiety. I share other things.
You shared that. That happened naturally on camera.
But I'm not like, turn the cameras off.
Despite her desire for some privacy, Kim and Khloe are spicing things up, looking to boost the show's thrill factor by shining a light on Kourtney's guarded side. They believe this will add an extra kick to the series. Absolutely. It's truly disheartening to witness Kourtney go through such painful moments within her own family. The prioritization of money over emotions certainly paints a troubling picture. Given the circumstances, it's completely understandable that Kourtney has reached a breaking point. Her decision to step away and embark on her own reality show with Travis Barker is a bold move towards reclaiming her peace and autonomy. It takes immense courage to choose personal well-being over financial gains, and one can only hope this new venture brings her the fulfillment and happiness she deserves. As for support, it's clear that Kourtney has been through a lot, and it's commendable that she's taking this step towards a more positive direction. Will you watch her show? Comment down below and express your reaction on that.